Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Royals, where we share the stories the tabloids distort, the truth behind the headlines, and the heart that lives inside the House of Windsor. If you're here, it's because you care. You care about respect. You care about humanity. And most importantly, you care about our royal family. Not as gossip fodder, but as real people with real lives. Today, I bring you a sombre story, a tragedy that has struck close to the hearts of Princes William and Harry, a story that demands sensitivity, not speculation. Rosie Roche, their cousin and a bright young soul with her whole life ahead of her, has sadly passed away at just 20 years old. This is not the kind of story any of us want to share, but it is one that deserves to be told with dignity, not drama. Rosie was found at her family home in Norton, Wiltshire, on Monday, July 14th. According to reports, she was packing for a vacation with friends, a perfectly normal thing for a 20-year-old to be doing. She was excited. She was full of life. But then, suddenly, tragically, that life was cut short. A firearm was found nearby. Now, let me be clear. Police have confirmed there is no third-party involvement, no signs of foul play, no crime, yet some in the media have already begun spinning the narrative, making wild assumptions and turning her death into a spectacle. It's disgraceful. Rosie Roche was more than her family name. She was a scholar studying English literature at Durham University, a school known for its academic excellence. She was bright, curious, and full of promise. A young woman who, had she lived, might have gone on to write novels, teach young minds, or simply continue making her loved ones proud. Her obituary in the Yorkshire Post didn't mention her royal connections. It didn't highlight fame or wealth. It simply called her a darling daughter, an incredible sister, and a cherished granddaughter. That's who she was. That's who she will remain. Her family is heartbroken. Her parents, Hugh and Pippa, her siblings, Archie and Agatha, her grandparents, all left with an unimaginable hole in their lives. And they have chosen to mourn her privately, with a memorial service to be held at a later date. That decision should be honoured, period. But of course we live in an age where tragedy becomes content, where pain becomes clickbait. And when the story involves the royal family, the vultures come circling even faster. The same happened after the untimely death of Thomas Kingston last year, husband of Lady Gabriella Windsor and a former boyfriend of Pippa Middleton. He too died with a firearm nearby. His death was later linked to a possible reaction to medication, yet still the media chose scandal over sensitivity. Even Lady Gabriella herself had to stand in a courtroom, reliving her pain publicly, as if her heartbreak needed to be proven. This pattern is toxic, and it must end. The royal family may hold titles, but beneath those titles are human beings. They laugh, they cry, they grieve, and they deserve peace, just like any other family. Prince William, Prince Harry and their extended family are navigating unimaginable pain, the kind we wouldn't wish on anyone, and yet they must do so under public scrutiny. To those who continue to exploit these losses, shame on you. The people who cheer on the fall of royals forget what the monarchy actually represents. It's not just ceremony and crowns, it's about service, legacy, history, and yes, family. And families are fragile things, especially when touched by grief. It's worth pausing here to remember Princess Diana. She too knew what it meant to be dehumanized in death. The same tabloid culture that haunted her life pursued her to the very end. And now, decades later, it is reaching for her extended family again, through Rosie. But not here, not on the royals. We stand for truth, for grace, for remembrance and for protection of those who can't speak for themselves anymore and those too dignified to engage with nonsense. Rosie Roche, though barely known to the public, was part of that royal lineage that gave us Diana. She carried the same blood, the same brilliance, and now, like her great aunt, she has left us far too soon. Let us honour her, not through rumour but through remembrance. Let us light candles, not fires. And to those within the royal family who must grieve in silence, we see you, we respect you, and we are with you. Before I close, I want to thank all of you who have continued to support the royals. We are growing, not because we feed off controversy, but because we choose truth and empathy. If you believe that stories like Rosie's should be handled with compassion, not sensationalism, I encourage you to help us share that message. Please, subscribe to our channel, tap that bell so you don't miss future episodes. And if you feel moved to support what we do, consider donating through Super Thanks. Every bit helps us keep this space safe, for honest storytelling, for dignity, and for the legacy of those who deserve better than tabloid fodder. Rosie Roche, may you rest in peace. May your memory be a blessing. And may the family you left behind find strength in knowing you were loved, deeply, wholly, and truly. Prince Harry and Prince William's cousin, 20, found dead with gun. Nearby, report Rosie Roche, a cousin of Prince William and Prince Harry, has died at 20 years old. Roche, who was the granddaughter of Princess Diana's uncle, died at her family's home in Norton, Wiltshire, on Monday, July 14th, with a firearm nearby, according to a report from The Sun. The outlet reported that her mother and sister found her after she began packing for a vacation with friends, and a firearm was found close by inside the property. A coroner in Wiltshire and Swindon has opened an investigation which has been adjourned until October 25, according to The Sun. Coroner Grant Davies said that police have deemed the death as non-suspicious and there was no third-party involvement, per The Sun. Roche was a student at Durham University and was working on her degree in English literature. A spokeswoman told The Sun that the royal family's cousin will be sorely missed. In an obituary published by the Yorkshire Post on Saturday, July 19th, family members remembered her as a darling daughter, sister and granddaughter. Roche, Rosie Jean Burke, died on Monday the 14th of July 2025, the obituary states. Darling daughter of Hugh and Pippa, incredible sister to Archie and Agatha, granddaughter to Derek and Ray Long. Private family funeral. A memorial service will be held at a later date, it added. The news of the 20-year-old's death comes more than 1 year after Thomas Kingston, a British financier who was the husband of Lady Gabriella and former boyfriend of Pippa Middleton, died at age 45. The Feb. 25, 2024 death of Kingston was described as impulsive and unexpected at a pre-inquest review, according to the BBC. Kingston died from a catastrophic head injury, and a gun was found near his body at his parents' home in the Cotswolds. Spokesperson for the coroner's office previously told People. In December, Lady Gabriella, who is a second cousin to King Charles, broke her silence during an inquest at Gloucestershire Coroner's Court, revealing the circumstances surrounding her husband's death. In her emotional witness statement, Lady Gabriella, 43, expressed her belief that her late husband's impulsive action was likely triggered by medication he'd been taking in the weeks leading up to his death, according to the Telegraph. Roche's family and a spokesman for Prince William declined to comment to The Sun. Thank you for being with me today. Until next time, stay kind, stay truthful, and keep it royal.